Good morning, everybody. So as that video explained, today we are hosting a Compassion Sunday, which is basically just to raise awareness for kids who are in poverty, and it provides an opportunity for you guys to sponsor a kid. So Grace and I, it would have been 2 years ago, at a concert, we got the opportunity to sponsor a young boy named Abimael. And so we just wanted to provide an opportunity for you guys to do the same thing. So how this will work is you will go out to the table afterwards if you decide to sponsor somebody. And so I just wanted to share with you guys our personal story. So when we were offered, hold on, let me back up. So at this concert, these guys, I don't know if you've heard of the band for King and Country, but they got up and they were just telling us about how they had sponsored kids and how it changed their life. And so we didn't think we would be able to do it, but we felt like God was calling us to sponsor this kid. And so we were given the child packet for Abimael, and that started our journey. So Grace is going to explain to you a little bit what we've found out about Abimael and the relationship we've been able to form with him through Compassion.
So one thing that Compassion does, and I feel like most organizations like this do that, is you can send letters to your child. And so that's a lot of fun. So Abimael, he's 8 years old. He lives in Guatemala. He really likes soccer and playing marbles, and he plays group games, and he really likes going to his church and Sunday school and that stuff.
So personally for me, ever since we've sponsored Abimael and we've got to form a relationship with him through sending letters back and forth, and all the things Grace mentioned we've learned about him. For me personally, this has just showed me, like the video said, it put a face to poverty, and it gave me a way for God to show me that I can help make a difference in these kids' lives. Because there are countless kids out here in our world that are suffering from poverty. And Compassion personally has changed my life by allowing me to meet their physical needs and also help meet their spiritual needs. And for me, that was something that's just really cool. It just opened my eyes to how blessed we are here in America. And it really just showed me that we all have the opportunity to make a difference in somebody else's life.
So whenever we went to this concert, it was March, my 7th grade year. So as I said, I was a 7th grader, so I had no job, no money, no steady rates of income. I did have allowance. I was supposed to get $5 every other week if I kept my room clean. But as I said, I had no money. It shows you how clean my room was. Well, I had been to concerts before, and they'd always done this stuff. Usually it was about sponsoring a child. And I always wanted to do it because they always had such cool stories, but I couldn't. And so my mom, whenever me and Katherine came up with this idea that we would just split the money and we could sponsor it together, my mom didn't think it was the best idea because I didn't have any income or any money. But I decided that I was going to do it anyway. And then a couple weeks after the concert, one of my mom's friends, I don't know if you guys have heard of Sweet Tea and Jesus. It's a sweet tea company, well, kind of like a small business, and they have really good sweet tea. But anyway, so one of my mom's friends, she runs it, and she came up to Mom, and she needed someone to stamp cup cozies. So those are the cardboard things that go around the cups. And so she stamps them, hand stamped with Bible verses and stuff. So for $20 a box, I could stamp and get money. And so I started doing that. And then a couple weeks later, Aaron and Carrie asked if I could babysit for Adeline. And so I started doing that, and I got a pretty good amount of money from that. And so if you guys know, God has many names throughout the Bible. Some are a lot more known than others, kind of like Yahweh or Jehovah. But one name is Jehovah Jireh, and that is my God will provide. So God really did provide the money for that. And I just thought that was so cool that I went from literally having no money at all to being able to support this kid with Katherine.
Yeah, and that's something we want to share with you guys. Right now, if you feel like God is putting it on your heart to sponsor a kid, but you don't think you can do it financially, God will provide for you. Because both of us, I was in 8th grade, she was in 7th grade, but like, neither of us had a job. We didn't really have any source of income. And God also provided me a job right after we began to sponsor a bin meal. So if you are worried that you won't be able to meet it financially, God will provide a way. I promise you. And another thing you can do is you can split it between 2 or 3 or even more people. Because Grace and I, we've split the cost evenly. That way, it's just more manageable. And to answer another question, to sponsor the kids, it is $38 per kid per month. And basically, this will meet all of their physical needs from food and just education and medical stuff. And it also will meet their spiritual needs. It will provide them with a church home, a spiritual family, and just people to grow and encourage them. And also, through compassion, it provides a way for you to write letters back and forth to this kid. That way you can form a relationship with them. And you also, about every year, you will get a new picture of your kid. That way you can just truly see how they are growing and developing. So I think that's all. If you guys have any more questions, please join us after the service. We'll be at the table in the foyer, and we will gladly hook you up with a kid that you can sponsor. So thank you very much for your time.